Good morning and welcome to my COVID-19 marathon number 8. We got a lot going on today. We are combining this with a virtual run. I'm OverCovid, which is a 19K for obvious reasons. And we are also doing a Why Do Runners edition, where I will answer questions about why do runners do what we do. Let's go. That's a 5K mark right there. Okay, so number one, why am I making this video? Well, because people ask me questions all the time, and so I thought I would answer them. And also because people like Seth Meyers use their celebrity status and their media power to bash runners just because, you know, maybe he feels guilty for not doing it himself. I don't know. So why do runners run in the first place? For me, it's all about being inside my own head and not thinking about the outside world. You know, it helps me. It helps me just focus on myself for once. You know, and actually, they've done studies on runners' brains, and running helps a lot with stress and depression and stuff, and as well as getting outside into, you know, nature, but nature and, you know, in the sun, vitamin D and all that stuff really helps you mentally and, you know, with your immune system and, you know, health-wise. So it's good. Which leads us to the next question. What do runners think about while they're running? Well, world peace. How to end world hunger. No, really, no matter what I try to think about my relationships or work or, you know, just what I got to do, you know, in life, no matter what I try and think about, it eventually winds up back to my breathing and my legs and, you know, just what's going on with my body. 10-kilometer mark. All right, so here's a big question. Why do runners run in the street against traffic? First of all, asphalt is better on the knees. You know, imagine jumping up and down. You know, you got 150 pounds just like pounding on your knees. So asphalt is a little bit better than cement. Grass and dirt is a little bit unpredictable. You could twist your ankle a little bit if you're not really paying attention. And also, you know, we run against traffic so we can see what's coming at us. As my friend Mary likes to say, all it takes is one guy talking on his cell phone when he drops his French fries while trying to change the radio station, and that's it. Next question, why do runners jog in place while at a crosswalk? You know, well, I don't personally do that. I do walk around in circles though, maybe, but the reason is to, you know, keep your heart rate up. Because you just work so hard to keep it going. Also, you know, depending upon how far the runner has run, you know, when you stop running, that's when your body's like, okay, it's time to start healing. And so if you stop at a crosswalk and you're waiting, you know, 2-3 minutes sometimes, your muscles can start freezing up. And so you want to prevent that. So it's not like people think, like Seth Meyers, that we are trying to show off that we're runners and you're not. It's, you know, we're keeping our bodies going. There's a reason for it beyond your self-pity that you don't run. I love cars like this. Yeah, that's a big spoiler. Certainly making up for something, huh? Awesome. I find all kinds of cool stuff when I cut through these complexes. Some kids having some chalk fun. $15-kilometer mark. All right, next question. Why do runners eat pasta the night before they run? This is called carb loading, and pasta seems to be the go-to meal for it because carbs are stored in the body as long-term energy, and sugar is quick energy, so you eat carbs before a long race so that you have endurance to keep you going from the slow releasing carbs. While during the race, maybe you might have a sugar kind of form of sugar to give you the quick boost boom while you're running. Why do runners put Vaseline everywhere? I don't do this, but everybody's different, and you know, things might rub unfavorably while you're running, and guys have extra things that seem to bounce around and rub, so I don't know. Why do runners dress up in funny outfits? These are usually fun runs, which have certainly exploded in the past couple years, and usually like a 5-kilometer thing, like a color run or something like that. And these are more fun runs that are, I don't do these anymore because it brings out people who are not runners, and they're out there to have a good time, you know, maybe have a beer after they finish, you know, enjoy some live music or something, you know, and just have a good time. But for one, they don't know runner etiquette, and so they just kind of get in my way. And two, it can cost a lot of money to just keep doing 5K after 5K after 5K after 5K, you know, in the name of a fun run. But, you know, hey, it's all good because I always support anybody who gets out there, gets out in the sun, gets some exercise, gets their body moving. And if they're having a good time, they're having a good time. So go for it. $19-kilometer mark, and that does it for the OverCovid 19K virtual run. But still got a ways to go for the full marathon, so let's keep going. Time to get a little stair action. That's 13.1 miles. We are officially halfway done. Next question, please. Why do runners run on their toes instead of their heels? That is the proper way to run, and it's a lot easier on the knees. I wish I could do it. The reason is, you know, if you imagine the full weight of your body coming down on your heel, what's really absorbing all the weight is your knee. Whereas if you land on your toe, then the front flat of the pad of your foot is absorbing all of your body weight. So that's why. What if a runner has to go to the bathroom? This certainly happens. I mean, you're bouncing up and down for a long time and jiggling your insides. It does happen, and you know, on official marathon courses, there are porta potties just about everywhere. But you know, if there's big money on the line, if you're one of those top elite runners, and you know, maybe there's a $250,000, $500,000 on the line, if you can beat a certain time or be first place, you just go in your shorts. You just go right then and there. Whatever you got to do, you do, because there's money on the line. Next question: why do runners complain about their knees and then go run again? I don't know. If they're complaining about their knees, then tell them that they're not taking care of their legs properly. See how that goes over. But really, you know, why does somebody go out on Friday night, drink until they puke, and then pass out, wake up with a hangover, sleep all day, and then go back out Saturday night and do it again? It's what you want to do. That's all I can say. One could ask the same type of question to just about anybody for anything that they do, you know? Oops. All right, we are at the 25 kilometer mark, which is about 15.5 miles. Next question is, why do runners say they run when they're jogging? I think it has to do with the term itself. It implies that I'm just kind of strolling through a marathon, like I'm just jogging, when I'm really giving it my all. Now, you might see me on the route at different times where maybe I stop to walk and catch my breath, or I maybe look like I'm jogging, but it's because I've been giving it my all this whole time. So, it's just what do I got left to give, So I am running, just not much left to give. Note to self, no more late starts, because it makes it way too hard to film when there's people all over the place, and cars and motorcycles and everything like that. So, okay, next question. Why do runners have so many pairs of shoes? It's a good question, because a pair of shoes only lasts so many miles, so depending upon the make and the brand or whatnot, you might be able to use a pair of shoes for maybe 2, 3, 4 marathons, or however many 5Ks. I swear to God, between people and cars and my apps just interrupting me all the time, it's hard to film. Anyway, so you have to keep buying new pairs of shoes, and I like to cycle through mine, so it's like this one, I did 2, 3, 4 marathons on this set of shoes. They're not good for a marathon anymore, but they're good for maybe a 10K or a 5K or a practice run, or once they're beyond that, then maybe they're good for a mud run where they're going to get all ruined anyway. And I like to keep a pair of shoes in the trunk of my car, because you never know when somebody's going to be like, "Hey, let's go run." I'm like, "Okay, I'm ready." We are at the 30 kilometer mark here, and that's 18.6 miles. And the next question is, why do runners ignore people? I personally, I try to never ignore anybody. I always try to wave or say hello or something. It could be that they didn't notice you. It could be that they're very focused on what they're doing. And if it's a woman, that's a whole different situation, because why a woman doesn't know what you want. She's trying to run. She's just minding her own business, and she doesn't know why suddenly this guy is like, "Hey, what time is it?" or something. They don't know. So it's a safety issue of just keep going and ignore them, and pretty soon they'll be long behind you. So the answer is there's a myriad of reasons. Just depends upon the situation. Why are runners so arrogant? Well, I've run marathons in many countries and continents around the world, and I've never come across an arrogant runner. Seth Meyers, if you're having problems with people in New York, well, I've never done a New York marathon, so take it up with your own kith and kin, and don't lump your runners into the group of us, because we're all individual people. Why don't runners take their earphones out when they stop and talk? That's a good one. Well, they these things are kind of like made to wedge in so that they don't come out easily. So it's gonna, it's not something to just take on and off like a normal set of headphones. But just look and make sure that they paused, or just ask them. No one's here to ignore you. I had to come hide in this carport here to answer this next question, because there's just so many people out, and they just, earlier start, then I won't have this problem. So another question is, why do runners just keep talking about running all the time? And I don't know. For me, it's old news. I just keep doing this for so long. I don't think I did when I first started running, but people like to talk about themselves, and people are excited about new things that they're doing. They're not trying to rub it in your face that, hey, look, I run and you don't. It's it's like anything else. I mean, you take up a new hobby and you want to talk about it. You want to share about it with your friends. So, you're the same. You're the same as anyone else. We're all the same. We like to talk about ourselves. All right, let's keep going. We are at the 35-kilometer mark, which is about almost 22 miles, and it's getting hot out. All right, next question. Is runner's high real? Runner's high, much like the G-spot, is a myth. But I'm being told they're both real. I've never experienced runner's high, but I know others say they have. So that's that. Why are runners always stretching their arms? You know, when you run, your traps are bouncing up and down like that, and you know, it's like a workout for them. So you gotta stretch them out a little bit and get the blood flowing again. And so it may look like they're stretching their arms or something like that. It's really just it's just getting the blood flow going again. This is mile 23. My feet are dragging. Keep going, keep going. Uh-oh. The chalk work is all done. No more fun with chalk. All right, we are at the 40-kilometer mark, which is just under 25 miles. Last question. Why does every runner get a participation trophy / medal at the end of every run? And some people do run just for the medal. You know, when I first started out, I was like, this is cool. And then, you know, but now I have so many, I don't want them anymore, except for, you know, like big marathon ones. But keep in mind that, you know, running is a solo event. Unless you're one of the elite guys, you know, or you're doing a relay, it's just you versus the marathon. So when I'm doing this is me versus the marathon. And if I cross that finish line, if I do 26.2, then I beat the marathon. And it's kind of nice to have a little token that says I did it, you know? With having said that, you know, if you'd like to give me a medal for this one, there is the little subscribe button down there. So, you know, in that corner right over there, or I don't know, that corner. Click that, make sure you subscribe, and then hit that bell so you can give me a medal, and then watch my next video. All right, time for my victory music and finish this marathon. 26.2. Actually, 26.36, but who's counting, you know? Hey, number 8 is done. I think that's 35 marathons total. 37 marathons total. Oh, and one more thing, Seth, Mr. Myers. This is what happens to your muscles when you stop moving, and why people keep jogging at crosswalks while waiting for the light to turn. Now you know. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Please give me a medal by clicking my logo down below, and hope to see you guys again next time. Thanks.